Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to the secluded corner of the patch. The moon is high, and the shadows are deep, and before you lie yourselves down in your beds and close your eyes for the night, I invite you all to gather around the campfire for tonight's tale. In the small town of Hollowbrook, situated on the outskirts of a dense forest, an ancient evil lurks in the shadows. The townsfolk had always whispered about the legend of a vampire who haunted their streets, but they had dismissed this as mere folklore, a tale meant to frighten children. Little did they know that the vampire was very much real, waiting patiently for the right time to unleash its reign of terror upon the unsuspecting inhabitants. One fateful night, as a blood-red moon hung ominously in the sky, a young woman named Lucy was walking home alone. The air was thick with an eerie silence, broken only by the distant hooting of an owl. The flickering streetlights cast long, twisted shadows along the deserted streets. Lucy's heart raced with each echoing footstep. She began to feel an inexplicable sense of dread. Suddenly, a shadowy figure emerged from the darkness, cloaked in tattered black clothing. The vampire had found its prey. Its eyes glowed crimson, hypnotic, and penetrating. Lucy's blood ran cold as she stared into the abyss of the creature's gaze. She tried to scream, but her voice was caught in her throat. With lightning speed, the vampire lunged towards her, teeth bared in a sadistic smile. Lucy managed to evade its grasp, stumbling back in sheer panic. She sprinted through the streets, desperate to escape the clutches of the unholy creature that was in pursuit. Word of the vampire's attack would spread like wildfire through the town. Fear gripped the hearts of the townspeople as they realized that the legends were true. They barred their windows, clutching crosses and holy water, hoping to ward off the bloodthirsty monster. But the vampire was cunning, eluding their desperate attempts to capture it. Night after night, the vampire struck, leaving a trail of terror and death in its wake. The townspeople huddled together, afraid to venture out after sunset, trapped in their own homes by the fear that awaited them in the darkness. The once vibrant town now resembled a ghastly graveyard, with fear and despair replacing the sounds of laughter and joy. As the weeks turned into months, hope dwindled among the townsfolk. They felt helpless, trapped in a never-ending nightmare. They wondered if the vampire would ever be vanquished, or if they would forever be cursed to live in fear. Some even whispered that the vampire itself was a curse upon the town, as an ancient punishment for some long-forgotten sin. One stormy night, a group of courageous individuals decided to take matters into their own hands. Armed with stakes, silver crosses, and the determination to rid their town of the vampire's reign, they ventured into the heart of the forest. The wind howled and the rain poured down, as if nature itself were warning them to turn back. Deep in the woods, they stumbled upon an ancient mausoleum, partially hidden by overgrown vegetation. The door creaked open, revealing a dark, dank chamber. The smell of decay hung heavy in the air, mingled with the distinct scent of human blood. As they cautiously made their way inside, a sudden silence fell upon them. They knew that they were not alone. The vampire had been waiting for them, biding its time. Red eyes glowed in the darkness, and a sinister smile stretched across its pale, gaunt face. It was ready to feed, to unleash its wrath upon those who dared to challenge it. A fierce battle ensued, a clash of weapons against fangs and claws. The group fought valiantly, their determination fueled by their desire to free their town from the vampire's grip. But the vampire was relentless. Its strength was far superior to that of mere mortals. One by one, the brave fighters fell, their bodies drained of life by the merciless vampire, who seemed to grow stronger with each kill. Blood stained the stone floor, a testament to their sacrifice. As the last survivor stood, battered and weakened, a surge of courage coursed through his veins. With a final act of defiance, the survivor lunged forward, plunging a wooden stake into the vampire's heart, piercing through the unholy flesh. The vampire let out a blood-curdling scream, its body crumbling into ash. The reign of terror was finally over. Or was it? As the townsfolk rejoiced, a chill ran down their spines, for the vampire's presence lingered in the air, a haunting reminder that evil never truly dies. They knew that somewhere, deep in the shadows, another vampire could be waiting, biding its time, ready to unleash its terror upon Hollowbrook once again. And so the townspeople remained vigilant, their hearts heavy with the knowledge that the battle against the darkness was far from over. The legend of the vampire would forever haunt their town, a cautionary tale for generations to come. For the vampire was still out there, waiting for its next opportunity to strike, and only the brave and determined would stand against it when that time would come. And that concludes our story for the night. I do hope that you've enjoyed your time here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you'd enjoyed tonight's story, or you have any requests for subjects of a future story, please comment down below. Now, if you'll excuse me, the night is still young, and there are oh so many things to discover. Sweet dreams.